We're live. Hey everyone. I'm at home in my little computer setup, and today I want to share with you my Excel data analysis workflow. After this video, you'll be able to put on your CV that you are competent on Excel data analysis suite, which is very coveted for companies. So the video I'm going to do today covers 99% of the types of analysis I perform using Excel. This won't be a video about building beautiful yet useless random dashboards. Instead, I will demonstrate how to solve real-life business problems and give you guys a way to analyze data and derive insights that are actually useful for companies. There will be things that you know already, perhaps, but if you know them, just skip them. I'm pretty sure there are going to be a couple of things in this video that you didn't know from before. Well, I have a couple of things that I want to make clear before I start. So Excel can be very minimalistic and simple, but it can get really intricate. And there are some practical things that you can do with Excel that you won't be able to do anywhere else. You wouldn't be able to do it in SQL database and SAP or Power BI. So yeah, I will. So I have found a random data set that is, I think, gym equipment sales data set from multiple companies, and we will analyze it and see what we can do with it through the data analysis tools that I will give you today. I'm not going to go too deep in them. I'll give you just the useful things. And you could perhaps open the document as well. I'll upload it somewhere in Moodle, and then you will follow it in your own computers, right? Okay, so I will try to now change the view to my computer view. Just give me a second. Right, wonderful. We're on desktop view now, and everything looks to be working perfectly. Now we get to see the data here. It's clearly gym equipment, and then we have the suppliers, the brand, and it's a profit data chart. So let's see how we can optimize the looks of this. Let's say the superiors and your company is giving you raw data and it looks a little bit messed up, unsorted, right? What can we do to make this data a little bit more aesthetically pleasing? Well, there's a tip. You click here in the corner, and then you double click here and you double click there. This will as well give you if some of the data is not it's partially blocked by another row, then you do that, and it will make it appear more pleasingly to the eye, right? So the first thing we want to do here is to make a table, and many people would start drawing a little table, and then they would put some borders, that sort of thing. But you don't want to do that, because then Excel doesn't consider the information inside the table as a table. What you want to do is you would insert a table, and then Excel understands all the data as a table, and you can actually view specific things from the table. For example, here now we can see only information regarding the category air bike. So these are the air bike profits of the month, right? But let's first of all make this table a little bit more more simple, just to make it look a bit more simple. And let's copy this sheet. By the way, the fastest way to copy a sheet is you press Control on your keyboard and then you would drag your mouse to the right. And in this new sheet, I want to make a pivot table. A pivot table would make you see all the categories in a more simplistic way and without all the information that you don't need. I'll show you real quick. So you create a pivot table by inserting and then clicking on pivot table, and then let's see, for example, the suppliers that we're working with and the brands that each supplier is working with as well. Now I want you to go on design and click on report layout and show it on tabular form. Remove the totals and you have a very clear view of the suppliers and the brands, right? This is very useful when instead of 3 suppliers you'd have 500 suppliers, and then you can just see here very comfortably how many suppliers you have, how many brands you have. Let's say you want to see how many categories of machinery each brand is making. You'll have that as well here. So yeah, it's quite clear like that. So now that we have this information, let's say our boss wants to know, for example, the year-on-year growth of each product. For that, first let's just duplicate this one, Control drag. Let's call this table. Let's call this pivot 1. Let's call this year growth. So we want to see the year-on-year difference. Let me think how we can do that in the most efficient way. Well, first let's add year to our pivot table, but the year should be in the columns, and then the rows we should put the supplier and the brand. So the category we don't really need. Yeah, this looks quite solid, and now we see the values, right? We make sure that sum of profit is in values, and then we can see the year-on-year total profit of each product. So for example, for Forge Fitness in 2018 they had 155k profit, and then they had this profit and this profit in the consecutive years, right? So I'm thinking year-on-year growth would be the difference between the total profits in 2018 and 2019. So it would be 2019 minus 2018, and it should be a percentage. Either it grows positively, so it would be a positive percentage, or it would grow negatively, and it would be a negative percentage. So what I'm thinking is to go here in values, and we click value field settings, and we find show value as, yeah, and let's see. Percentage difference from, right? because we want to see the percentage differential of 1 year compared to another. And then the base field would obviously be each year. I guess here we just want to put previous, because we have many years to calculate. Let's just try it and see if this works. Yes, it looks like it works. So in 2019 they sold 3.17 less, and 2020 they sold 5% more than what they sold in 2019. So yeah, this basically solves the question. Now just right off the bat we see that in 2024 we have a big outlier, and it's probably because the data is not complete. So obviously if they have data, for example, just a quarter of 2024, they will have they would have sold very little that year. So just for now, let's remove 2024, and actually let's just find out what happened in 2024. We can see it in the table. Let's just select 2024 here. Let's just have 2023 and 2024 to see the comparison. Yeah, well, you can see that there is very little. We only have data of the first 5 months of 2024, and in the other years then we have the whole year worth of data. So that's why it's such a big outlier. We come back here. One thing we can do to make this look more clear in terms of aesthetics is we do some conditional formatting, and we do some color scales. Control Z, Control A. Let's try to make this look, yeah, more pleasing to the eye. So now we can see that in these years they lost a lot of money. Now let's just duplicate this sheet, and I want to use the pivot table for something different. I want to see, first of all, let's have a yearly data view. So let's see our data from in terms of years, and let's see the actual products and their profit. The products and their profit. Okay, so yeah, for example, here in 2018, this is how much this specific brand accrued on profit, and then this how much each one of these brands accrued on profit. So let's see, we want to make a market share analysis, and we want to see the percentage of profit each one of the brands has contributed in that year. So for that, we go to the value field settings, and we have to, I guess, what would be the best way? I guess, well, yeah, we go for the percent of row total, because we want to see the total percentage of each year, right, allocated. So yeah, perfect. This is how much each product contributed to profit that year, and then here it should be 100%, because it's the percentage each brand has contributed. But let's just see if that is correct. Sum B5 by J5. J5. Wonderful. Yeah, it should be 100%. Yes. We drag these down here, and it looks quite correct, just like that. So let's do something different here. Let's duplicate this sheet here. Control. Okay, great. And in this one, I want to have a graphic vision of what's going on here, for example. For that, we go to Insert, and let's insert a line chart. And we have to insert a slicer based on the category for that. And now we see the growth, or the changes of each of the products. For example, for air bikes, we see all the brands, all the products that they have here, and we have a representation of the changes of each of the brand. For example, here we can see that for Apex Athletics, they started sort of mid-tier, then they went down, but now they're going up. Which for example, for Spartan Sports, they started mid-tier, but now they're plummeting down. So if you were a consultant, you would suggest for this specific brand to be reviewed and scrutinized. So I'm going to cut the video here and let you do the assignment 1, which would be exactly the same thing, to get these sort of different views of the data. And you can get creative and do different things as well. It doesn't matter, but just try to play with it and get familiarized with it. This is the point of this course, that you actually learn how to use Excel for whatever you need, for whatever your needs are. So yeah, good luck with the assignment, and have fun. Bye.